Dan, you could always, I mean, I know you're watching it, but you could always hop off and just dial in. Would that be easier? Because that wouldn't.
Not while I'm driving.
Okay. That makes sense.
Hey everyone, it's Sunday night is the one team, what are we calling it now? One team call, one team Zoom, our weekly get together, our board meeting, you pick a name, all of them work. Good to see all of your smiling faces. This is JoJo Bennington. So happy to be here with you tonight. And before, I'm just going to let Ninja Dan take over right now, because Dan just was at UIA, so University in Action is an amazing event with David Wood. That is absolutely one of the core 4 awesome events. I believe it should be mandatory for every single person who wants to build this business to have to go to that event. It is incredible. But Dan, I just want to commend you, first of all, for hopping in the car and heading out there. You're in Toronto, right? It was in Toronto?
Yes, it was Toronto.
And for just taking the incentive to go up there, and would love to hear your top takeaway and how worth it was it to head up there.
Oh, it was 100% worth it. It's funny, they asked people how far they came and who drove and who flew, and I was the furthest person that drove there. So all through the 3 days, everyone's like, "Oh, you're that guy from Massachusetts. You're that guy from Massachusetts."
Cool.
Yeah, that's me.
Awesome.
But it was really cool. It was my first one, and I, just like JoJo said, I would highly, highly recommend anybody going to it, because it's very, very different than Celebration, and I loved it. I think I like it better than Celebration, because it's more this is the stuff you need to do, this is what you need to fix in your head, which I thought was great. My biggest takeaway was one of the things they said the first day, but then the second day it kind of got concreted in my mind when we were doing our 30-second stories. And I didn't want to do my weight loss or my athletic one. I wanted to do something different. So I talked about how, all growing up and all throughout my 20s, I was completely lost. I had no clue what the hell I wanted to do with my life. And I just bounced from job to job to job. Never found anything that fit me. And I became a teacher, and I was going to do that, but it never felt 100% right. And now that I'm not doing that, I'm so much happier. And the one thing that I really took away was that this is the job I was meant to have. I went through 2 decades worth of crappy jobs and things that weren't for me, so that one day I would be in the right, perfect spot. And Chad would tell Ange, and Ange would, tell me to do this, so that when the time came, I would go to UIA and then see that and just realize that this is what I was born to do. And now I know what I'm supposed to do, and it's just time to take it to the next level.
Wow. Everybody, whoop, whoop for Dan. That's a big aha. So yeah, totally worth driving up there. Good for you. Yeah. So while you were there, having all of these awesome epiphanies, you also wrote your 30-second story, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So since it's all well and fresh in your mind, I'm going to throw you on the spot to do a 30-second story for us.
I'll do as best I can.
Oh, I think you'll rock it. Okay.
All right. It's pretty much kind of what I just said, but.
Okay. Do it in a 30-second story format so everyone can see how easy it is to do a 30-second.
All right. Before joining this company, I was completely lost. I spent my 20s just aimlessly bouncing from job to job, and I felt like I had no purpose. I wasn't happy wherever I went, and I felt like there was something completely wrong with me, because I was just jealous of all these other people that were just like, I want to be a doctor, and they became a doctor. I was introduced to Isogenics by my wife, and I've been with the company now for 3 years, and so I know exactly what I was supposed to do in life. I see exactly where I'm going, and now I challenge day to become a better person, and I'm just thrilled to have a purpose and know where I'm going and what I want to do. And now I just feel like there's so many more people out there like me that I can help get out of that rut and do something meaningful with their life. That's it.
Way to go. High five, everybody. Big shouts for Dan. That's awesome, dude. I would love to connect with you when you get back home. So
Yeah,
shoot
definitely.
me a message and let's chat. Awesome.
It'll have to be tomorrow. I'm going to get home at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine. We can do tomorrow. But
Okay.
drive safely. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
hopping in and giving us your takeaway. That's totally cool. And thank you for the 30-second.
All right, bye. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye. Wow. Events, you guys. I'll tell you what, events make the difference. And I know that sometimes we try and figure out why we should go, and we find all kinds of excuses not to go, and we let things get in our way. But I'll tell you what, there has been more, I've seen over my time here, more epiphanies like that happen at an event that don't happen anywhere else. It's like we've been having this conversation forever, but whatever happened there was that moment for him. So how cool, right? So I would love to, Anna, I just see your little picture. I don't know. You don't necessarily have to show us your face, but
it's not that I don't want to. Yeah, I'm here. It's
Okay.
not that I don't want to show you my face. I can't. My camera's busted, so I
Oh
haven't.
no, that's okay. Well, we have your picture, so we see you. So,
At least it's a good picture.
so hey, would you do a kind of a teach us a little bit about you share, they share, repeat?
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. So I'm going to chat with you guys as if somebody on my chicken list, this is who I'm sharing this with. So that's who I'm going to be speaking to tonight. So, hey, Kim, I'm so glad that we're chatting today. I'm so happy that you started with your isogenic system and you shared an interest in wanting to learn how to get your products paid for. So that's this conversation that we're going to have now. And I want to show you how truly simple this can be. So it's called you share, they share, repeat. And it really is that simple. So, for example, you said that your husband, Ian, wants to start with you, and so does your best friend, Elva, which is absolutely phenomenal because individuals who have 2 accountability partners when they first start have an 85% greater success rate, which is great because you have your best friend and your husband who are going through the exact same things that you're going through at the same time. So that's phenomenal. So let's say Ian wants to start this week and he starts with a value pack. Isogenics is so generous that they reward you with an $80 PIB or product introductory bonus. Elva also wants to join you and she opens up her Freedom account within the same commission week. So Isogenics considers a commission week to be Monday through Sunday. So when Elva starts and Ian starts, and they start within that same commission week, Isogenics gives you $80 for Ian's value pack, $80 for Elva's value pack. Because they started within the same week, they're going to double it. So that 80 goes to 160, and then Elva's goes to 160. So you now instantaneously made $320. You basically made back half of your pack that you paid for, which is fantastic. But wait, there's more. So in doing this, you've now reached the first level of leadership within Isogenics, and Isogenics reward you again with $50. So you've gone from 320 to 370. Can I get an amen? That's, oh my gosh, so exciting. So you've done that. That's you share. Yes, that's you share. So now let's do the they share. So you're going to do the same thing with Ian and Elva. So Ian enrolls 2 individuals. Elva enrolls 2 individuals. Now they've shared, and because you have 2 people who have now, again, achieved consultant status, just like you had moments before, Isogenics rewards you again, and you get $100 for Ian achieving that consultant status, plus the $100 for Elva achieving consultant status. You have gone from $370 plus $100 plus $100, $570 for you share, they share, and then you just repeat it time and time and time again. But there's even more. So let's say you've achieved this, right? So you just opened your Freedom account last week. Ian has already shared with 2 people. Elva has already shared with 2 people. And again, let me repeat to you how generous Isagenix is. They give you an additional $250 for achieving the rank of, this would be Crystal Manager, because you've achieved it within 60 days of opening up your own Freedom account. So you've gone from $570 plus $250. You now have $830. Boom, just like that. It is so freaking simple. And that's what I'm here to show you, is to show you how simple it is to not only get your money back, but to create a legacy company for yourself and your 3 children.
Boom, just like that.
Boom, just like that.
Great job, Miss Anna. That's not hard to say, is it, you guys? I mean, really, it's a pretty simple system. And we're not even looking at the little chart. Yeah, the little chart there, and it's just that one step, making it easy. And yes, definitely nice throwing in the personalization, like you were actually having the conversation. It shows us how that works. So
I'm gonna have that conversation.
Yay, good job. Thank you, Miss Anna.
Thank you.
And before we start, I would love to just raise our vibration one more level with a gratitude. Who's got one? Gratitude, win, celebration.
Have one.
Okay, Lise.
I just want to say that we are so grateful that all of our friends, family, and loved ones that are affected by these horrible hurricanes are all safe and unharmed.
I will second that. Thank you very much. Absolutely. That's a great gratitude. You guys know my sister's on St. Martin, so what's left of it anyway? There's not much left. She got pretty lucky. Her house is still standing, and so is her business. So there wasn't too many that were that lucky. So, but yes, definitely. We've heard from lots of our friends today that everybody in Miami is safe. So that's good.
JoJo, can I
yes.
real quick?
Yes.
Nick and I have our 24th anniversary today.
Oh,
So that's pretty awesome.
happy anniversary.
Well, thank you. And happy birthday to Vinny.
Oh, yes, it's Vinny's birthday. I think he's 25 too.
And Stacy Coyne's birthday too.
Oh, and Stacy Coyne's birthday too. Wow.
Oh, a lot of stuff happening today.
Right? September 10th is a pretty special day. That's awesome. Happy birthday, Stace. Right on. All right. Let's get rocking and rolling here. Happy anniversary too. So let me ask you guys a question. Do you know, like, really what the most important thing we do is? Again, you take your product, you come into this, you go, okay, I want to share. What's the most important thing that we do? Anybody have an idea? Share, yes, definitely. It's educate. Oh, yes, absolutely. Talk to people. Kim, how do we talk to people? Anybody know?
Connection.
Ah, connection. So how do we connect with people if we don't listen to that little voice inside of us that tells us it's time to talk? So whether it's, hey, you got cool shoes, you were the best waitress ever, I don't care how the connection happens. It's just a matter of having that conversation. Do you know that connection is the most important thing not only do we do in this business, but it's the most important thing that we do in life. You know, if babies have no connection when they're little, do you know what happens? They have no touch, if they have no connection, if they don't make it. Is that interesting? Or they get sick. So if our biggest thing that we do really in our space is connect with people and create connection, how do we do that without belief? Can we do it without belief? I think. I mean, we can, and it'll be messy, and that's okay, because we're all kind of messy in the beginning. So every master was once a disaster. me especially, right? So, but when we look at, and I know that Josh just talked about this recently, and I wish Dan was still on, but coming out of UIA, one of the biggest things is to really understand where our belief lies. And so on a scale of 1 to 10, where is your belief in this product? So maybe it's a 4, maybe it's a 6, maybe it's a 10. Mine's a 10. I've been here 12 years. I've seen amazing things happen. My belief level was at a 10 probably 6 months in. My belief level is even higher than a 10 if you can go 10, but we'll go 10. So if on a scale of 1 to 10, what's your belief in this company? So as Isagenix, just as a company, do we know their integrity? Do we know how they test the products? Do we know the money they put behind clinical science? Do we know how cool it is that we're Informed Sport certified and that we have these clinical studies and the doctors that back us up and the integrity behind the compensation plan? Do we know that? And if it's not a 10, what can we do to even move you up one level? So let's say it's a 5. What do we do to get you to a 6? So is there anybody that's not a 10 where Isagenix is concerned? Maybe you're an 8, maybe you're a 4. Possible. What about in this industry? And this is where a lot of people run into trouble. Yes, I believe in the product, and yes, I believe in the company, but I don't know about this industry because this is a little crazy what you guys do. Right? You like tell people about something and then try to sell me something. Right? My friend said to me, "Oh, you're just one of those people that wants to sell me something." And so I said, well, if helping you get healthy, helping you lose the 30 pounds you've been trying to get rid of, helping you sleep better, helping you wake up with energy, helping you have a better workout, helping you make money, helping you stay home with your kids, helping all of those things that you've been complaining about to me every single day, if that's making money off you, then yes, that's what I'm trying to do. Right? It's really that simple because that is what we do. And so some people look at this industry and they go, oh, it's one of those things. And so do you guys know that there's a difference between a pyramid scheme and network marketing? Does anybody not know that? Because it's a really important thing to build your belief level in the fact that that's how we work, is we are a network marketing company. We are not an illegal pyramid scheme that has no product and only makes money. Only the top of the people of the line make money. Do you know how many people like have big downlines and the people in their downline make more money than they do? That doesn't happen in normal business anywhere, right? Does anybody ever make more money than the owner of the company that you work for, or the guy who owns the dealership, or does anybody? It never happens. But here it happens all the time. Isn't that cool? So what about the comp plan? You guys know enough about the comp plan to have a 10? Has anybody made any money in this compensation plan? Anybody? 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 Made $1, got your products paid for? Yeah? Does the compensation plan work? Do you guys actually physically see that there's 245 people that have made $1 million in this company? Do you know that we actually have like 30 people that make 7 figures a year here? Do you know that we have a ton of middle-class people that pay for their mortgage payment, pay for their car payments, pay for their cell phones? You guys know that? I am totally a 10 there because it's changed our financial blueprint forever. Help me sell my businesses. I'm no longer a bartender. I'm no longer a blackjack dealer, sucking in cigarette smoke all night long. And Vinny's no longer an electrician. Because this is what we do because of this compensation plan. So when you put that together, the product, the company, the compensation plan, the industry, that's what's created that freedom for us. Pretty cool. Yeah. So what about you? So when you, on a scale of 1 to 10, go, how much do I believe in myself? Do you know that that's the space where most people struggle the most? They like, I totally believe that this shake is going to help me feel better and help me lose weight. And I totally believe that if I do this compensation plan, it's going to pay me money. And this company is totally awesome. But I don't know that I can do this. I don't know that I have enough belief in myself to go tell someone about this. Does anybody struggle with self? Anybody out there? This is like an interactive game, guys. So wake up out there. Okay.
Me, since you can't see me.
So, you know that's where most people struggle the most is they go, I can't do this. And if I tell them, what are they going to think of me? What will they think of me? And yes, I would love to learn how more people believe in themselves. It's one of the key things. And our connection and our belief in them is going to help that. But without having that connection, it's really difficult to have the conversation of belief in self. So is that important? So we make connections to help people and share the product and the company and the compensation plan. But how often do we share or do we connect on a level of where somebody's belief is or where their doubts are in their life? How often do we do that? Right? Pretty rarely. What if you could connect with somebody and help get them over that hurdle? It's a huge space to be able to do that because I believe in you guys. I believe that every single face on this screen, every single person in this team, here or not here, has the ability to live the life that you want inside of this space. I believe that you have the ability to connect with anybody that you want to connect with, meet anybody you want to meet. I don't care their status, their education, their fame. I don't care who they are. You all have the ability to have anybody in your team and in your life that you want to. How would that feel? To just be able to go, okay, I can talk to anybody and not have to worry about what they think of you. Are your intentions pure? Are you out there to help people change their life? Maybe you're not. I say most of us are. What do you think? If there's anybody not, we typically see that they don't go very far around here because there has to be love, connection, and sharing of somebody wanting to be in a better space. No question. But can we help somebody get past that doubt of themselves? Can we teach them how to believe in themselves? Do you know what the biggest thing is for belief? If you sit around and don't do anything and you just get ready to get ready to get ready, that lack of action builds that disbelief. Does that make sense? Yeah, massive action. Caleb, you're a rock star, dude. So what about on a scale of 1 to 10 that you believe you can do this? So it's not just believe in yourself. A lot of people don't believe that they can do anything. Like I could never pick up the phone. I could never go out and talk to people. I could never stand in front of a room. I could never get on a Zoom call and talk. I could never do a Facebook Live. I could never do any of that. I don't know how you guys do that. I could never do it. I could never stand behind a bar and pour drinks. I could never deal cards. I could never figure out how to break those little chips down in the right amount of stacks. None of us were born with any of those skills. Nobody knew how to use a phone when they came out of the womb. Nobody knew how to deal cards. Nobody knew how to do any of that stuff. That's all learned stuff. Do you know what we knew how to do already? Was connect. So go back to a pure space of who you are at your core, which is a connector, and share what you know. We do this from a pure heart. When you're doing this from a pure heart, from a place of wanting to help other people, then does it matter if somebody thinks that you're out to do something different? Do you guys, I don't know if anybody saw my Facebook post of don't hold it against somebody for misunderstanding who you are. It's such an important thing because we give up who we are at our true core because we're afraid of what somebody's going to think about us. I have to read what Caleb is writing because he's just like dropping nuggets all over the place here. Dreaming and complaining aren't that different because at the end of the day, you're not getting the job done. Oh, so whether you sit around and dream about it or you sit around and complain about it, you're still not in action, right? Awesome. Very cool. I love that. Like we could just end the call right there. That's just perfect. So it's right, face slap. Everybody go like this. Oh my gosh. So the thought of looking at your scale of 1 to 10 and figuring out in each category where you really are. And you don't have to be a 10. You don't have to be a 10 today. But what we do have to do to be able to move ourselves forward is figure out how to get ourselves from a 6 to a 7 or a 7 to a 7.5. And we're all here to do that. There's enough information, enough people, enough team, enough videos, enough clinical studies. There's enough everything out there that we could possibly need to help move ourselves forward. It's the choice that we make to get into action, to get out of the place that we're standing and be able to move forward. And we talked about it last or the week before. I think it was the week before last of, we think if we're not moving that we're just staying still. But if we're not moving and going forward, we're going backward. There's no staying in the same place. And so sometimes we get into that space where we doubt ourselves so much that we get into victim mode. And we go, it's that, woe is me, bad luck, schlep rock kind of thought process. Showing my age? Probably no one on here knows who bad luck, schlep rock is, right? So I'm going to post a video so you guys can all see who it is. But we get stuck in that space of really feeling like we can't move forward because we're stuck because we don't believe in ourselves. So my whole thing is belief. I believe, and trust me, the demons live inside my head too. There's drunk monkeys who throw trash and dirt all over inside in there. And so it's my job to keep them under control. And they're okay. It's okay that they live there. I just have to be able to keep them under control because if not, they take over. And I lose belief not only in myself, but in everything and everybody around me. Is that fair? It's not. And it's just because those drunk monkeys want to keep me safe in my little square. And I want to step out of that square and do something amazing and help others do something amazing. And that's scary for that little monkey. So everybody's got that little monkey. So can we move ourselves out of victim mode? And there's steps that we can take to get past that. Right, Wendy? I was chatting with Wendy a little bit, and I just think that I would love to have you pop on if you can right now and share what happens when we get in the woe is me thought process.
Sure. I would love to. Thank you. I just want to thank you for the opportunity, JoJo. I just wanted to share with you guys that be real honest and transparent that I really do feel nauseous right now and I want to throw up. And JoJo asked me to chat about something 3 hours ago, maybe, when I was prepping dinner, or let's be honest, my husband was prepping dinner and I was Facebooking. And I was like, okay, sure. I can just, the only thing I talk about is what I'm going through right now, which is getting out of my own way, out of my own headspace, and the comparison mode and everything like that. And I am actually really nervous right now. So I'm going to get that. I'm just going to let you guys know that. And I'm telling myself that Nervousness and excitement have the same physiological response. So it's just a matter of what I tell my brain. So I'm telling myself I'm excited. So some things, like when I get in my own head, I'm thinking about all kinds of things. So what's coming up for me now is that we're in the midst of a couple different challenges. Some of us here are also part of a blitz that Angela Maresca is doing. Show of hands, anyone else doing both blitz and championship challenge? Crazy people. Yes. Because why not? Molly, you're excited all the time. You're so cute. Yeah. And then and a lot of people on here have some kids going back to school, busy with after school programs, adjusting to new routines, new friends, sports practices, and meal prepping. And some people are moving, or they're worried about loved ones who are going through the natural disasters. Maybe you're caring for a sick one, or you're planning for some event. It's all overwhelming, and to throw on some challenges, I'm just like, what am I doing? And it's easy to fall into that comparison mode for me. Like when the challenges are great because they have you be completely accountable, have me be completely accountable, and tracking all my activity and what seems like my inactivity. And I find myself saying, oh, well, I haven't, so-and-so's enrolling. I wish I could be enrolling. I haven't enrolled anyone? How are they doing it? Maybe I'm not pushing enough. Maybe I'm not confident enough. The belief in myself. What's wrong with people? What's wrong with me? And why doesn't everyone want to do this? And then I can hear myself go into feeling thoughts of like, I'm a failure, or, my cycles are going to go down and I feel like a fraud kind of thing. And what I remind myself is that comparison is the thief of all joy. And I find myself feeling that I'm focused on the things that I don't have rather than the things that I do have and the things that are going well for me. So what do I do in those situations? How do I stay positive? How do I get out of my funk mode? Because if anyone is like me, I'm a recovering party pooper. Very hard. Anyone here, show of hands, is very hard on themselves. Thank you. Lots of people. Yeah. So how do I get out of this? Be my own cheerleader. I'm getting hot here. Okay. Step into gratitude. So when I'm feeling like I'm not doing enough, I think of, wow, you know what? I'm actually doing a lot more than I have been before, because I've been on track, because I have people I'm surrounding myself with, because I have this amazing team who also gets it. They're in the grind with me. If you like books, something that has been helping me tremendously is the book The Magic. It's been passed around several times and it's been brought up several times, and I finally kicked myself in the pants and said, you know what, everyone, 3 people are raving about it. So 3 very powerful people are raving about it. That should say something to me. And one habit that I've got into is starting my day with 10 gratitudes, 10 things that I'm grateful for. So you're starting your day, I'm starting my day with a higher vibration. Do you hear how I keep switching my wording from you to me? I've been learning that I've realized that I don't like being told, I don't like to be told what to do. I like to be shown what you do. So I'm going to practice that. It's a mental process. So when I write down the 10 things that I'm grateful for, it automatically raises my vibration. If you've trained with or coached with Billy Mayer, he has you think about your 9 highest values and how to focus on those and be grateful for them. What I also found was that this gratitude practice, what I heard once was you can't be grateful and hateful at the same time. So while I'm hating on myself and being really hard on myself, if I just take up that space and put in a gratitude, then you just can't be, I just can't be down on myself. It's just impossible. Yeah, you like that, JoJo? I stole it from someone, so go ahead and feel free to steal. So instead I turned to, what did I accomplish? Like maybe I didn't enroll someone, but I followed up with 6 people that I haven't done in a long time. So that's pretty awesome. And I helped someone who was reaching out to me for some business building stuff. So, and I got to spend some family time with people. And I know that each one of you does not have just Isogenics in your life. You have family, you have your recreational activities. So those are all equally important. So you can I can fill up my bucket that way too. Surrounding myself with people who support me, no matter what. They believe in me. They're my mirrors, and they can be tough with me when I need to. This is one thing that I'm really grateful for this blitz, because, for example, I've been working with Anna for a long time, it seems, and I feel like we've been growing at different rates, and to see her through this blitz go from someone who has a lower belief level now to hear her language and how she's talking to people and the way she's just exemplifying it is really inspiring. And I wouldn't have had that if I were not in this blitz. So just being around that is phenomenal. And when JoJo had asked me to do a little talk tonight, I told my husband, Ben, I was like, oh, crap, what do I do? I'm like, this is not a good time. Maybe not this week, but next week. And my husband was like, are you kidding? He's like, JoJo just asked you to speak, and she doesn't just do this at any time. And she's like, this is what you want to do. And if not now, when? And I was like, did he just say that? I'm like, oh, more accountability partners. I'm like, I can't get away from it. And I'm also grateful that he's soaking up some of this training and knowledge. Thank you, events. And he's my accountability. So just surrounding myself with people who believe in me has helped. Turning some fun music on to raise my vibration. How many people's attitudes change when they hear really fun music? Yeah. Gets you in the groove. Love it. Another thing, the last thing that I do when I'm feeling down and in a funk is, when I'm training, I have a couple competitions I'm training for. And when it comes down to, I really don't want to work out or I don't want to meal prep, how am I going to do this? I turn to motivational videos. Some people who I love watching are Grant Cardone. He's like one of those, he's a type A, very red, no, don't get in my way. I'm going to succeed, and there's really no excuse. And taking 100% accountability for your results, for my results. And I just listen to that. I'm just like, yeah, it's just like a bunch of Caleb like smacking me in the face. And like, thank you, survey. I have another. Hi, Caleb's roommate. I can kind of see you. Hey, oh, you got a whole crowd in there. What's going on? He's the man. Caleb's the man. Just letting you know. Motivational videos, Grant Cardone, Robin Sharma, who is just like this guy who is such a simple man, but he believes in you completely. Even though he's never met you before, he totally believes in you, and you have so much unlocked potential. I love it. It gives me the chills. So I listen to that, or I listen to motivational workout videos, or people who, like athletes, who just, they're so focused and honed in that it's amazing. Oh, who's crying? Anna's crying. Okay. I'm not going to go there because I'm going to start crying. So those are the ways that I get myself out of my funk. And have you guys used that? What else do you guys use? What have I not mentioned?
This sounds here.
Let me ask you a question, Wendy.
Sure.
What if, so I get up and I'm just having one of those days, and what if I struggle finding gratitude? I know that seems crazy because there's always something that we can find, but how small can my gratitudes be?
Oh, great question. Thanks for bringing that up, JoJo. So when I totally know what you mean, because 5 years ago I couldn't find much to be grateful for. So hearing examples of things that we can be grateful for. So the sunshine coming through on days where other people are having torrential downpour. Like the sun is out, it's warming me. I'm grateful for the warmth. I'm grateful for the light so I can see. Grateful for my lungs, for being able to breathe, because I know there's some asthmatics out there who struggle for the next breath. So I'm grateful for the ability to breathe. I'm grateful for my legs to be able to walk on them. I'm grateful to have shoes. Some people don't have shoes. I'm grateful for the walls that I call my home. I'm grateful for water, healthy, fresh, running water. I'm grateful for family. And from there, it just starts growing. This can be so small. I'm grateful for, I love David Wood's example, like my finger just being able to move. It's crazy.
So good. So good. I found that Working Through the Magic, which is such a great book, that getting to that space of gratitude. I mean, just like for the smallest thing of going, okay, how many people did it take to make this pen and and so the ink is in the thing and make the machine and so you could break down everything in such a small fraction of, it's amazing how far we can get just driving down the street and being grateful for the people who paved the road so we have something safe to drive on. I mean, it's been really interesting for me, and thank you so much for bringing that up, because it's one of the key things that gets me into a better space. Because when I am victiming, I cannot do that if I'm in gratitude.
Yeah, and one of my favorite things to do is to go back and forth and have a gratitude war with somebody.
Ooh.
Say, well, I did this recently with a friend of mine. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been out of gratitude, and I can feel it because I start getting irritated by really small things. And I said to my friend, hey, quick, give me 3 things that you're grateful for right now. And he said, I'm grateful I was able to go for a bike ride. I'm like, I'm grateful that my kids are healthy. And we just went back and forth, and it was like, and it was like pulling teeth with him to try to share 10 gratitudes. But like in a span of 20 minutes, we clearly got more than 10. We got like 15 each. It was pretty crazy. It was fun. Gratitude war.
So good. I love it. That is such a great thing. I'm going to challenge everybody to like find a gratitude war partner and do that. Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Wendy, that was so helpful, and your authenticity just to just share that piece. And I know sometimes it's hard to show ourselves so openly like that, and when we're doubting ourselves and feeling like we're not enough. And so just thank you so much for that. And I think, yes, please.
Speaking of gratitude, this was something I was thinking about bringing up tonight, was and being vulnerable, is that I am especially hard on my son too. I'm not sure why. Maybe he's older and I expect more of him. And I find myself trying to put him into a box. Say, don't stop spitting, stop picking on your sister, and do this, do that. And it's, if I think about it, then I'm like, wow, I really am telling him a lot of negatives during the day. Something that we've done is, as a family, we've done family meetings once a week, and that's a time for each family member to go around the table and share one nice thing about that person. We've been doing it for a couple of years, and as they were younger, they didn't really get it. But tonight he had said, he was the one who brought it up and said, let's have a family meeting. I said, sure. And he said, Mommy, thank you. Thank you for, he said, I love you. And thank you for naming me. I really like my name. And I was like, oh. And then he said to Julia, he's like, Julia, I forget what he said, but he used the word appreciate. He's 7. And he said, I really appreciate that. And it was just so sweet. And at the end or during it, we had a family hug, and it was just, I love that. So gratitude, you can never have too much of gratitude. Family meetings are amazing.
Thank you for sharing that. And so that will be dinner time. Yes, absolutely. I love to go around and get gratitudes from everybody at dinner. Thank you for sharing that. It's such a good way to pull ourselves out of a downer. Yes. Thank you for taking the time last minute too, because I know it freaked you out a little bit. So, but thank you totally for that.
Thank you.
Since you know what, and since we're on the belief train, in our number one world champion master belief coach was driving down the street and decided to text me right at this moment. He's going to hop on and just give us his top number one word or sentence or phrase or whatever you're feeling in your heart right now. Mr. Lenny Evans. How are you, sir? No, wait a minute. You're muted. Let me unmute you. Hold on. Oh, okay. There you go.
There am I. Hi. Oh my gosh, Wendy, that was amazing. Thank you for that. I love that. That just made my whole day. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I just want to say this. Who is in your gratitude accountability tribe? And I think I like the idea of, I've chosen 5 people recently to help me see my blind spots. We're all really good at being grateful for what's great. And we're all working on becoming grateful for what sucks or what's ungreat or not so great, just like Wendy was just teaching us. So who are people that can catch you and lovingly kick your butt, right? So that came to me about a week ago, and I chose 5 people to help me see where I am not catching it as quick. Because the only thing that can really get in my way is what I think's going on the outside, and nothing has power over me that's happening in my objective world. The only thing that can possibly affect me is what's going on in the inside of Lenny, my own personal attitude. I used to joke and say, oh, it looks like somebody needs an attitude adjustment. Well, the only person that needs an attitude adjustment is me. And so it's easy to be kind to the kind. It's not so easy to be kind to the unkind, but that's the goal. And it's great and easy peasy and comfort zone-ish to be grateful for the great. And then it's out of your comfort zone to be grateful for things that piss you off. And then the quicker we can get into it, the better. And I guarantee you, I've had some really neat things been happening to me in my life. And gratitude has a lot to do with it. And reading the book, The Magic, has doubled my cycles. And I'm throwing it out there. that anyone that will do the 28-day challenge, if you want to double your cycles from wherever they are right now, infuse gratitude into all the things that, now, again, keep practicing gratefulness for great. Now we get into the real personal growth, which is practicing gratitude for things that we have never been grateful for. So JoJo Bennington, I am grateful for you and this whole team. I can't believe how many people are on this call on a Sunday night. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I'm taking a group of, so far I think about 22. We're going to rent 2 houses and we're all going to be at Isagenix University first weekend in October. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see you all. I'm going to be there with my pad out, learning a ton. I've got so many new leaders that are just rocking. And anything I can do for any of you, I am there for you. You know, I've been kind of missing in action for a while, but I am not. I'm grateful to be back, but I'm not just back. I'm wiser. I'm better. I've been through a lot, and I'm so happy to be having a second chance at this thing that we call life. So I'm just grateful to be here, and thank you for inviting me tonight.
Thank you. That was just, you know, everything happens for a reason, the way it happens. Right. And, you know, once upon a time, when I first started this journey into personal growth, it was at a university in action, it was at Isagenix University, the very first one, the very first event I ever went to. And Lenny said to me, "Have you seen The Secret?" And I said, "I have no clue what you're talking about." And we got approval from Kathy Coover to play the original version of The Secret inside the room where we were having
on my projector. On
your projector, like after everything was over at night, we watched the whole thing, and that was my first step into understanding that I truly needed a mind shift. And so always grateful for you, my friend, for sending me on that journey and for being such a big part of where we are and this amazing team, because they're all here because of you.
Well, I want to just say, you guys, how blessed are we to have JoJo Bennington in our lives? You know, she has been a rock in my life. When a lot of things were crumbling around my world, you know, JoJo was always there, and she loved me through it all. And I'll love you forever. So this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. I want to say that real quick too to everybody. You know, I've had this really beautiful thought recently, and it's you share, they share. Now that's not my original thought, but you can't share until you're grateful. You got to get filled up with gratitude, and that's completely in your control. So when we say you share, they share, repeat, people have to become uber grateful, exude gratitude for Isagenix in their life. That's why we have a almost like a responsibility, a personal responsibility to flood our bodies with these products and become products of the products in every way, so that we can become grateful. And when we do become grateful, we can't help it. We have to share it. It oozes out of us. And then we help other people become grateful for Isagenix, and then they share. It's an automatic thing that starts to happen. And so gratitude has a lot to do with you share, they share, repeat constantly. And so we're just really getting started in our company, in my opinion, the greatest company ever. But really, even like Tony Robbins and Jim and Kathy Coover and Eric and everyone that I know, everybody, and Dave MacArthur, everyone's saying the same thing. Guys, it took us 15 years to do 1 billion in annual sales, and we're going to double it in 3 years. This is the best time. You tell all your friends that, and see what starts to happen. So, gosh, I get so excited about this stuff. So thank you again, JoJo, for letting me share my feelings tonight, and I feel so honored. And so anything, again, I can do, you guys, anything you need. I can't wait to see all of you at Isagenix University. And of course, NYKO, and JoJo's training with me at Bliss, Follow Your Bliss 7, if anybody wants to come. So guys, look, we're just getting started. So good for you for being here. And now where we go from here, that's the exciting thing. That's what's happening.
Thank you so much. Because you know what? It's not when you get into Isagenix.
It's when Isagenix gets into you. Thank you, JoJo.
Thank you. Thank you for hopping on. We appreciate you pulling over on your drive and and
Yeah.
bringing us some
No,
belief.
it's my
So,
pleasure.
gratitude.
Anytime.
That was perfect. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Talk to you soon.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Wow, that was a special little treat, you guys. Totally cool. Thank you so much, Wendy. And that was just led us right into that little gratitude thing. It's a big deal, you guys. You listen to somebody who says, because I'm in gratitude, my cycles are doubling. How about because I'm in gratitude, my relationships are getting better? Because I'm in gratitude, my life is better. So whatever that thing is going to multiply in gratitude. And so grateful for you, Wendy, and Miss Anna, and Ninja Dan. And for all of you for hopping on tonight and just sharing yourselves and being here with us. And thank you so much. Now, go have an amazing week. Oh, hey, and I have 2 enrollment codes. So for the first 2 people who get in touch with me, you can use them tonight before 9 o'clock for 150 PV. Oh, also, hey, you guys, did you guys know that there's going to be next week, starting on Monday, there's going to be free enrollment. So they're doing something special for the 90-day action plan. So know that there's going to be free enrollment codes every day. They're not going to announce it tomorrow because of respect for September 11th. They're not going to throw out a bunch of stuff on Facebook tomorrow, but know that they're there. So if anybody needs anything and you can't find them, then let us know. But we're going to rock this week out with some free enrollment codes. So company's awesome. Hi guys, big kiss. Have an amazing week. Thank you all.
Thank you, JoJo.
Thank you, JoJo.